Morning, I thought I'd pop on and do a quick video. Anxiety is absolutely kicking my backside at the minute. It's absolutely awful. Morning anxiety. I don't know if anybody else has been suffering with it. I seem to get a lot better over the day, but at the minute, right now, you get, my symptoms are upset tummy and feeling nausea, and I'm a bit of a hypochondriac as well, so I suffer with health anxiety. So all these things kind of accumulate and build up, and then I get to a stage where I'm not doing very well. So anyway, I thought I'd give you an idea of how I got diagnosed as being perimenopausal. I've always suffered with anxiety, but it's never been I've always been a worrier, so it's never been kind of to the stage where I felt, uncomfortable to go out, not wanting to do things, not wanting to see family, not wanting to see friends. It was always kind of being a worrier. And it must have started when I was about 47, and I had some sort of tummy upset, and I was convinced I was dying, absolutely convinced I've got something really, really wrong with me. So I was backwards and forwards to the doctors, and I had all sorts of tests, colonoscopy, I've had a camera down my throat, a bit of gastritis and a hiatus hernia, but apart from that, everything's good. But I just still couldn't shake this anxiety. And this went on and off for a couple of years. So then when I had about 6 months of, I'm getting this every day now, it's not going. And it was getting to the point where it was debilitating. I've always been the life and soul of the party. I've always enjoyed myself. I mean, when I was younger, I used to sing for a living. I used to go in pubs and clubs and in front of hundreds of people and sing, and I didn't even worry about it. No nerves, no nothing. And going from that to not even being able to go and see my grandkids, because the thought of just going out the house and doing something different, it just makes me feel absolutely horrendous. It's, you can't describe how bad it is. It's awful. So anyway, probably, what are we at now? Probably 2.5 years ago, I had a bad bout, and it went on for about 6 weeks, and I ended up in A&E. And my heart was pounding. And they said, there's nothing wrong with your heart, it's the anxiety. Give me some diazepam, which I never took. Get on with your life. So a few days later, I went to see my GP, and I was crying, and I was, please, you've got to help me. I can't cope. I physically can't cope with this anymore. And she says, you're not going to do anything stupid, are you? I said, no, I'm not going to do anything stupid, but I don't know. Oh, my hair's in the way. I don't know how long I can carry on doing this for. So she sent me to the local mental health people as crisis. And I got there, and I had to wait probably an hour before I was seen. And I went in and I sat down, and it was a young guy that was opposite me. And I explained to him what was happening, and health anxiety, this, that and the other. And he went, yeah, okay, yeah, made these notes, yeah. And I thought he was going to say, okay, we'll refer you for some talking therapies or something like that. And he just turned around and he looked me straight in the eye and he says, just take some painkillers and forget about it. What? Just take some painkillers and forget about it. That's what normal people do. So anyway, I left and continued to put up with these different bouts of anxiety that were basically in the morning. So I fast forward probably 6 months, and my husband came to the doctors with me and he said, could it be the menopause? And she says, well, yeah, it could be. We'll run some blood tests and they come back normal. No, you're not in the menopause. So nothing was done about it. So I continued to have bouts of anxiety, get over it, bouts of anxiety, get over it, but it was never ever completely gone. So we sold a house just over 15 months ago, and we moved and registered with a GP, as you do. And I went through an absolutely, I can't begin to tell you. I don't know how I got through it. I absolutely do not know how I got through it. I just couldn't function. I could not function. I was crying. I felt sick to my stomach. I couldn't eat anything. It was absolutely horrendous. So I turned up at the local crisis centre here in Grimsby, and I spoke to somebody there. They gave me a proper interview. You know, what's wrong? Are you in danger of harming yourself? I'm not. There's never been a time where I felt like, you know, I want to delete myself. But I didn't know how long I could go on feeling like this without at least some validation and some help as to what was going on. So they interviewed me and they sent a letter to my GP, and I was referred for some talking therapies. I had an initial appointment where they kind of assessed me, I suppose, and they said they would get back in touch with me. That was January of 2024, and I've heard nothing. Zip. Nothing whatsoever. So I go and see my GP and I said, look, could this be the menopause? And she went through the symptoms. I went through the symptoms, sorry, and she checked me out. And she went, it could well be. It could well be. We'll give you a blood test. So I said, I've had blood tests before and they've come back negative and nothing was done. And she said, it's a bit different now. She said, even if it's negative, if you've got some, and by this point I'd been taking antidepressants for 20 years, so they couldn't put me on antidepressants. They could change them, but that meant I'd have to lower the dose, wean myself off the ones that I was already on and change to some other ones, and I was too scared to do that. So I'm already on antidepressants, and I excuse me. So anyway, yeah, I'm at the doctor's and she says, right, what we'll do is I'll take all your symptoms down, but what we'll do first is we will take you a blood test. I said, it's always come back normal. She said, we'll do one anyway. She says, but we will look at your symptoms now. She said, and if it could be possibly your hormone imbalance, then we can start you on some HRT. Now, I don't know about you, I was a bit scared about HRT, but I'd got to the stage where the anxiety and the way I was feeling was so bad, I'd try anything. So she does these blood tests, and 3 or 4 days later I get a phone call, and she said, yeah, she says, you're definitely going through some hormonal changes. She says, and you are currently going through the menopause. Are you still getting periods? And I said, yes. She said, well, in that case, you're perimenopausal. Okay, finally, somebody's listening to me, and somebody's taking it seriously. It might not be that, but they're taking me seriously. So anyway, I chatted with her, and she said you could do some lifestyle changes. You can, you know, go to the gym. You know, I mean, I've got spinal stenosis, so me going to the gym is just a no-no. Try and get out more. The anxiety is stopping me from doing that. Okay, but it'll help. Yeah, but I can't go out. Okay. Shall we try you with some HRT? And I did it. And I was on the lowest dose, which is 25, is it micrograms, milligrams? Micrograms, milligrams, but it's the very, very lowest dose you can go on. And for the last 10 months after that, so this was February 2024, I was improving. The anxiety wasn't completely gone, but I could live. You know, it wasn't that debilitating that I couldn't get out of bed. So I was doing great, you know. And then we got to probably Christmas time, and I started getting kind of intrusive thoughts. And I said, ooh, what could that be? It could be. And the anxiety starts, because I'm basically a hypochondriac. I'll admit that. I always have been. A worrier, as my mum would call it. So I spoke to the doctor again. She did some blood tests to make sure it wasn't like thyroid or, you know, something else that could be giving me these symptoms. And she says we can increase the dose if you want to 50 micrograms, milligrams, whatever it is. So we did that, and I've currently been doing that since January. And she said it could take 3 months to actually kick in and make me feel better. At the moment, morning anxiety is a bitch. It really, really is. Feeling sick, tummy pains, not wanting to get out of bed, not wanting to go anywhere, not wanting to do anything. And it's really, really shit. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. And my husband said to me, why are you doing these videos? I said, because I feel so alone in all this. You know, I don't have any actually female friends that live near me that I can chat to. So I feel very, very alone in this journey, and this is why I wanted to start this YouTube channel, because maybe, you know, it'd be not, it's just nice for, and you know, nobody wants to feel alone going through something. Everybody wants to have somebody that's going through it as well. And I said, look, it's going to be okay. You know, you will get through this. I mean, my husband's brilliant. He's absolutely amazing. My husband is. You know, he's just really, really good. At first, he struggled with it. He really, really struggled with it. But he's now, I don't know, maybe they think it's your fault that you're, you know, snap out of it, you know, stiff up a little, blah, blah, blah. Don't look at your belly button, think positive. Yeah, it does help. Drink more water. Which is his favourite saying, actually, drink more water. But yeah, The feeling of being alone is awful, and this is why I started this channel. And hopefully I can bring some awareness and get some therapy for some fellow girls, from fellow menopausal warriors, is, you know, my absolute aim. A good thing is, a friend of mine, she's just, I don't speak to her very often. I know her from years and years ago. I used to be in a carnival band years and years ago. And she was in a carnival, you know, the opposition, you know, the big rivals. And they were better than us. But anyway, she's just qualified as a menopause coach. So I've been chatting to her, and she's quite willing to come on the channel and chat with people, maybe do a segment once a month. She's got something planned. I don't know whether she's doing, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to do a video chat with her this week, and we're going to find out where she's going, where she's heading, and where I want to head. And I think that would be really good to have a menopause coach that can come on and just give some great advice. So yeah, so that's how I'm feeling this morning. A bit pants, but you know, it's like seasons with anything, and I'm going through this season now, which is the menopause, and it's completely natural. It's completely natural to go through the menopause. It's completely natural for your hormones to disappear, because, you know, you're not having babies anymore, so you don't need those hormones. And it's natural to go through these sort of things, but it's not natural to suffer. And there's no way that anybody should have to suffer for any reason at all if they don't have to. So that's basically why I wanted to come on here today and say, first of all, thank you to the people that have subscribed. It's not many, but at least I know there's 3 people out there that are interested in what I've got to say, and that was 3 more people than I had last week. So I am forever grateful to anybody that decides to stick with me and subscribe to this channel. Anyway, I'm going to go. I hope you have a great day. I hope the menopause isn't kicking your butt too hard today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.